the cult we call society and it's nonsense. Listen, if you are a logictarian, someone who can think logically and rationally, you're going to deal with a lot of problems in this world. You're going to deal with a lot of problems because society is a big cult and it also has many cults within it. And you know that in a cult, you're not supposed to think for yourself. You're not supposed to be yourself. You're not supposed to speak the truth. You're not supposed to be free. They'll make you believe that you're free, but you won't really be free. They're supposed to make you believe that you're free because you're not supposed to realize that you're in a cult, you see? But you won't really be free. You will only be as free as the cult leaders allow you to be, you see? If they see that you being free isn't really a problem for them, be like, okay, let's allow this person to be free. But if they see that, now if this person is going to be free to this level, there's going to be a problem. So they won't allow you to make certain decisions about your own life. They will be the ones that will be making these decisions for you. And they've indoctrinated people who are not as conscious as you are. They've indoctrinated them and brainwashed them into believing that people must not have real freedom, you know what I mean? Like there must be people who are at the top who are making decisions for them, you see? So you're going to suffer a lot in this society because you are real, you are a logictarian, right? You think freely, you're a free thinker, you stand up for yourself. You don't want to do things that don't make any sense. You don't want to follow rules that don't make no sense. So you're going to have serious problems. You're going to be like, oh, I don't want to believe in a religion where fear is being used to actually make me believe. You know what I mean? I'm not going to believe in that religion. That doesn't make any sense. I'm a critical thinker. I can see that doesn't make any sense. I can see that that's emotional blackmail. And then you tell people that, hey, I think there's something wrong with what we are being told, and they turn against you because they've been programmed to turn against you if you're a free thinker. And they're going to think that they're doing the right thing because they're not conscious enough to realize that what they're doing is actually wrong and totally stupid. You're going to deal with a lot if you are a free thinker, if you're a logictarian in this society. You are in a cult, man. Believe it or not, you are in a cult. This society will break you. All right? This society will break you, bro. It doesn't matter how strong you are, it will break you. You just have to, I don't know, find a way to kind of like put yourself back together, but it will break you. That's what it does to people. It's a cult. That's why I keep on telling people to not bring children into this world, because they become stupid. You see, they become stupid and start believing that this world is actually good and the way that things work in the world is exactly how they should work. No, man, you're supposed to be free. You see, you're supposed to be free. They're supposed to bring out the best in you. They're not supposed to indoctrinate you and turn you into a robot, because people do not think. They're exactly like robots. In fact, there are robots that are much more intelligent than humans because humans have been indoctrinated so much that they're no longer themselves. Like, they're so damn weak. Imagine if you took a wild animal and tried to tame it, It wouldn't be easy in the beginning, but it will be much easier to tame its offspring. And, imagine if you do that, you keep on doing that. These animals will, become weaker. That's what happened to humanity. We've been tamed, so that we'll allow ourselves to be controlled. Even when it doesn't make sense, we'll give our power away And we're supposed to give our power away. Even the people who are woke enough, they're supposed to give their power away. Because what should they do? Even if you're a vegetarian, you're still supposed to give your power away. At least you'll be free enough to, think for yourself, but you still have to, give your power away. It won't be easy for you to kind of like navigate your way through life if you don't give your power away sometimes, So you're supposed to conform even when it doesn't make any sense. Even when you know that, but nah, man, I shouldn't be conforming here. I shouldn't be playing by the rules here. The rules are stupid. These rules were meant to actually break me. Like people who think like me, that they're supposed to, become angry when they see people being made to do these things that they're forcing me to do, when they're being made to follow the rules that I'm, being forced to follow. You are in a cult, man. You're not supposed to think for yourself. They're supposed to tell you exactly what to think. And because most people are not conscious enough to be able to think for themselves, they have to accept what they are being told. Ever been in a situation where someone was talking nonsense and you were conscious enough to realize that, okay, what this person is saying is total nonsense, but the people that you were with were not conscious enough to realize that what this person is saying is nonsense, so they believe that person. Listen, the people who are really cursed in this world, the people who are conscious, these are people that are really cursed in this world. Because your own level of consciousness won't allow you to accept this world. You'll try, because you don't want to suffer, but you realize that it still doesn't work. Like, you trying to conform won't work. It's really sad that we live in a world like this. This world really does break people, bro. I remember when I was living in Johannesburg back in 2015 and 2016. I used to have deep conversations with street kids. Now in South Africa, we call homeless people street kids, even when they're old, Find a person who's in their 50s. If they're homeless, we call them street kid. It's funny. But yeah, I would have deep conversations with street kids. I would have deep conversations with homeless people. And I would realize that these people are not crazy. You see? These people are not crazy. They were just more intelligent than the people that they had to live with. And these people did not accept them. These people bullied them. And they couldn't take it anymore. And they had to go and live in the street. They had to do drugs because they can't even heal from that trauma. And, well, there was no one to help them. There was no one to receive them. What should they have done? They're broken. They can't believe what they've went through. So they had to go and live in the street. I'll be surprised, man. You talk to a person that you realize that, damn, man, I haven't spoken to anyone in my life who's this intelligent, and this person is homeless. What's going on? If you are a vegetarian, you will go through a lot in this society. Life won't be easy for you because people are dumb as fuck. People are dumb, bro. And they are trying to make people dumber. You see, people are already dumb, but sometimes they do stand up for themselves. So you can see that they're trying to make us dumber than we are. You can see that when you switch on your like, I don't watch TV at all, and like I don't remember the last time I actually watched TV, because the shows on TV are crap. Big Brothers and all that shit, like, they ain't shows that people who have reached like a very high level of consciousness can watch. See, if you want to watch good shows, you should just try to like watch real documentaries. I mostly just watch YouTube videos because there isn't much to watch anyway. But even on YouTube, you see that the videos that are being promoted, are videos that keep us in a low state of consciousness. They'll tell you that now it's about money, it's about profit, it's business. No, it isn't. It's about keeping people at a very low level of consciousness. It has nothing to do with business. They have money, these people. And besides, it is easy to make people love something, right? If they wanted us to be intelligent, if they wanted us to stand up for ourselves, to be free, they would have trained us to be like that. But they do not train us to be like that. They actually train people who are actually intelligent to dumb down in order to fit in, so that they'll be able to navigate their way through society. They'll tell you, if you are really intelligent, if you are asking questions, they'll tell you that, hey, that won't get you anywhere in life. You see, they'll even give you examples of people who never got anywhere in life. Like, oh, you see that person used to think they were better than other people. Look at where they are now. They used to ask a lot of questions, they used to challenge this and that. Look at where they are now. That won't get you anywhere in life. Just read your books, just follow the rules, blah 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 blah. Like, nah. What if I don't want to follow the rules? What if this isn't the kind of world that I love? It's like the idea is to actually make conscious people weaker. It's to make conscious people less conscious. The idea is to turn us into them. If you're conscious, you're supposed to dumb down and just be like everyone in society. Even when you can see that, no, this society is trash. Even when you can see that these people that I'm supposed to be like are dumb as fuck. They're very judgmental. They're weak. They follow stupid rules. They don't ask questions. I don't want to be like them. I want to be me. I want to be free to do what I want to do without the fear of being judged. You know what I mean? And if you're still afraid of being judged, hey, you gotta work on yourself a bit more. I remember this morning I was watching a video on Facebook. It was a video of like people in this community in Africa. I'm not really sure where, right? They were burying their loved one. They dug a round hole like this, and they had to bury that person standing. I checked the comments. I was like, oh, this should be interesting. Bruh, religious people were commenting nonsense. That's why I decided to record this video. Oh, like, oh, what's wrong? Oh, Jesus should come back. They're so fucking judgmental. What? Why judge them? You don't understand that you've been indoctrinated, you've been brainwashed. What's normal to you might not be what's normal to other people. They might be looking at you like, what? Why do these people bury people like that? Why should they buy expensive coffins? You know what I mean? Why should they decorate their graves and buy expensive stones and all that? Why do they invest a lot of money on people who already died? There are a lot of things that we're doing that are actually stupid. And what those people were doing was not stupid at all. It's part of their culture. It's what makes sense to them. I mean, most of the things that we do as humans are stupid anyway, but I mean, it wasn't like, it wasn't that crazy. They were just doing what made sense to them. But people were judging, and they didn't realize that no, the reason why they are judging is because of how they were programmed. You see? So if they see a person doing something differently, they're supposed to judge that person. Especially people who are very religious. You see, if you grow up in a country where people are very religious, you know what I'm talking about. People who are religious are very judgmental. They will judge you if you do things differently. But because they're self-righteous, they think that I don't know, they think they're better than others for real. Like, these people who really think they're better than others, they found the truth. They know how life should be lived. So if you live life differently, they will judge you. And they're operating at a very low level of consciousness. There are animals that are more conscious than some of these people. Like, they'll judge you for anything, bro. Judge you for having a tattoo. You're like, what? Judge you for speaking a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, this one might be high. This one, dreadlocks. They judge you for having dreadlocks. Oh, they don't realize that they're like babies, bro. They're like babies, They don't realize that the reason why they believe in the religions that they believe in is because they're operating at a low level of consciousness. They're just too dumb, They're not, you know what I mean? Like, they're not conscious enough to realize that they're being manipulated, they're being indoctrinated. So they judge the people who are more conscious than them. You see, they're supposed to make you less conscious than you are so that you be like them, you see? There's this episode of Boondocks. Forgot the name of the episode. But Granddad killed this old man called Stinkmeaner, Killed this old man called Stinkmeaner, and his family trying to avenge him. They didn't even like. The funny thing is that they didn't even love Stinkmeaner. They hated one another. But well, Stinkmeaner was family, so they had to avenge him. So Granddad went fishing and found this dude fishing. He had crabs inside a bucket, and they explained to him that what's fascinating about crabs is that they don't want another crab to make it, and we're showing this crab dragging the crab that was trying to get outside the bucket, dragging it back, He's trying to explain that, well, I think he's trying to make Granddad see that he didn't want Stinkmeaner to make it or something like that. And then he started to attack him. But yeah, if you are conscious, other people don't want you to be conscious. They like subconsciously they will know. It's like they don't know that logically that they don't want you to be more conscious than them, but subconsciously they know, because we've been programmed to want to drag people down who are better than us. That's how we've been programmed. So on a subconscious level, they will know that, okay, this one is more conscious than we are, and we're supposed to do. That is why there are people who hate you for no reason, and you realize that it's always been people who are like that who have hated you. And they behave the same way, and they think this. It's like you've met. It's like it's the same person, They just took a different form, That's why sometimes it makes sense to actually believe that reptilians here, and they're using the same attacks on you. Like, they hate you. They gossip about you. They try to turn everyone against you for no reason. You find that some people really genuinely love you, and they'll try to gossip about you, say mean things about you, lie about you. You're like, but this is what I've had to deal with before. Why does this person hate me? I've been treating this person very well. No, they're trying to bring you down. You know what I mean? You're supposed to now play their game, because you're conscious. You see, they'll try to attack you so that you go back into their level, so that you fight them. And if you do that, you're going to, have to remain on their level for a while. It's going to be hard for you to kind of escape and be this high vibrational being that you are. Listen, if you understand that Sinatalism, you're a high vibrational being. If you understand if you really understand that bringing conscious beings into this world is evil, because this world itself is evil, and that is the truth. If you understand that, you're on another level. So even if, and this is important to understand, even if you decide to hide, these people have been programmed on a subconscious level to recognize people who are conscious. I want you to get that. Even if you decide to hide, they will still be able to recognize you, that okay, that's the one, and then you become the target by default. That's how it works. That's how it has always worked. All of that was programmed into us subconsciously, like, the reason why this reality is the way that it is because we've been programmed on a subconscious level to actually manifest a world like this, I really love that part in the Matrix where Agent Smith was explaining to Morpheus that, in the beginning, like when the first Matrix that the machines created was actually perfect. There was no suffering, there was no pain. Things were good. It was like heaven. But the human brain couldn't accept that. The human brain couldn't accept that Matrix. It realized that something wasn't right. Right? It realized that something was not right. And what did it do? It rejected that Matrix. So on a subconscious level, if we see something that is good, our own brains will reject it. That is why people who actually speak the truth are rejected in our society. We see that these are the people that can actually change the world. That's why we keep on choosing the wrong people and putting them in power. You see, we're supposed to put people who are not going to do shit for us in power. You see how it works? We're programmed on a subconscious level to actually hate ourselves so much that we don't want to actually free ourselves. We believe that we want to free ourselves, but we don't. You see, that's the problem. I mean, I don't mean like us, like people, me and the people who are like watching this video. I mean people in general, society in general. So as our behavior will always keep us where we are, because we're supposed to be where we are. That's how we've been programmed on a subconscious level. That's why a lot of spiritual teachers, tell people that they need to, try to heal on a subconscious level. Now, most of the problems that you have in your life actually have to do with your subconscious beliefs. So you might know that, okay, I don't want to be in this situation anymore, but you are unable to escape that situation because of... That's why some people use psychedelics to actually heal people. Like people who are addicted to some things, like, okay, let's use psychedelics. They do work, psychedelics do help because they help you, go deeper into your subconscious. This is one of the reasons why I do not like Christianity. I know how dangerous it is. You see, when you believe in something very deeply, it will be easy for the people who want to program you using what you believe. You see? That is why when they pray for people, they fall and, they tell them that, oh, you're receiving Jesus and all that. And they actually believe that that is what is happening. They cry and and they start to cry, and yeah, they start to feel the love of Jesus and think, oh yeah, I've accepted Jesus. And they start to believe on a subconscious level that there is Jesus and there is the devil, you know. Anyone who actually says that Christianity isn't true, you know, is from the kingdom of darkness, blah blah blah. Like, no, your subconscious is more powerful than you think it is. Like, it's that powerful. That is why you dream. You dream because your subconscious is powerful. Like, dreams wouldn't even be possible if your subconscious wasn't powerful. You understand that? You find yourself in a world that you don't even know. It's just figment of your imagination. You're like, this is real, you know. But like, that's how powerful your subconscious mind is. It literally creates your world in real time, and make itself believe that it didn't create it. Isn't that crazy? But your subconscious is very powerful. So on a subconscious level, they programmed us to, you know, want to be slaves, to not want to be free. So when we see people trying to free us, we're supposed to hate them. We're supposed to really hate them. Like, really. Like, if you're going to tell people the truth, they will really, really, really hate you. Ever spoken the truth and you realize how much people, like, they will hate you. They will even want to kill you. Like, they will want the worst things to happen to you, because they've been programmed on the subconscious level to not want to be freed. You see, that's witchcraft. You know, people keep on asking me, "That's witchcraft?" Like, that's witchcraft. You know, does witchcraft exist and all that? That's real witchcraft. You know, witchcraft has to do with your subconscious mind. Like, they bewitched you on a subconscious level. You see, they programmed your mind on a subconscious level. You can turn a human into a weapon if you can access their subconscious. You can actually program a person to do certain things if you can program their subconscious. Like what happened in the movie Inception. Like, you can actually make a person believe something or make a person want something because you were able to access their subconscious. You see? That's how it works. So it's important to understand how things actually work in this reality, so that you free yourself. You don't just free yourself physically, you also free yourself mentally, even on a subconscious level. Trust me, if we were conscious, and if on a subconscious level we truly wanted freedom, we would be free. You see, if on a subconscious level we wanted freedom, we will be free. So on a subconscious level, people don't want to be free because of how they have been programmed. And you can see that the programming hasn't stopped. You can see when you listen to some of your favorite songs that the programming hasn't stopped. You'd see when you watch your favorite celebrities that the programming hasn't stopped. Your favorite TV shows, programming hasn't stopped. I've heard many rappers that were famous in the 90s say that they were invited on a secret meeting where they were told by the big people in the industry that they need to promote gangster rap, like for real. Many artists were famous back in the 90s, like rappers to be specific. Like, you must promote gangster rap. You want to make a lot of money, you must promote gangster rap. Because remember, back in the 80s, Rappers were killing it. Like, they were making black people conscious, like, for real. Not just black people, but people in general. Because, sometimes it seems like white people are racist. No, it's not that white people themselves are racist. It's that the people who were at the top, because they were white and they were racist, it made it look like white people themselves are racist, and it isn't. That isn't true. Even in South Africa, during the apartheid government, it's not like the Boers. I mean, yeah, most Boers were racist, but that's because of how they've been programmed. But there were a lot. But Boers were racist. Let me not defend them. Let me not defend the Boers, but no, some of them weren't racist. Like the Boers, I don't know why, man. Like Africans, like the Afrikaners, like, dude, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why they be racist, man. They hate black people, you know. They even have this. They even have this small community where no one else is allowed, like no other race is allowed. It's just them. I mean, that's not racist. I understand. Like, they're saying, oh, we're trying to preserve our culture, blah blah blah. I get it, but I know they hate black people and they hate other races. They love us when they're able to use us. They love us when they're able to use us. But that's how they were raised. That's what their parents told them when they were young. That's what their grandparents told them when they were young. Oh yeah, you mustn't. These black people are animals. Black people are filthy. They smell. They're stupid. And they grew up believing that. It seems like there's no water. And they seem thirsty. What a world. So if you don't want to be a member of this cult, you're going to go through a lot in this society, man. It's a big cult, man. You're controlled and you don't even see that. Like, the way people are being controlled it's actually scary. Now, people get indoctrinated and then they indoctrinate their children. You see, I know a lot of parents who've had really intelligent children, but they've tried their best to indoctrinate them, and that kind of ruined their relationship. I know a lot of kids who grew up suffering because, the parent just weren't conscious. The parents were indoctrinated and they wanted to indoctrinate their kids. Oh, this is the way to live life. No, the kids are smart. They know that that's stupid. They'll be like, oh, you must listen to your elders. You must listen to your elders. Why should I listen to my elders if they're dumb? Back then, maybe it did make sense to listen to our elders because they were not stupid. Like, maybe not that stupid, but now it doesn't. Now it doesn't make sense. Like, young people are actually smarter than old people now. That's the thing. Like, young people are actually smarter than old people. In a world like this, intelligent people suffer, woke people suffer, conscious people suffer, logictarians suffer. It's people who conform that suffer less. I mean, they do suffer, but a lot less than people who want real freedom. And it makes no sense, to be made to suffer just because you want real freedom. Some people want to be in total control of their own lives. And they say, yeah, I want to be in control of my own life. I want to live my life this way. And if I ever reach a point where I feel like I'm tired, well, I should be free to tell people that, yeah, I am tired. And they'll be like, no, that's evil, that's evil. Like, okay, why do you say that it's evil? I don't know why I think it's evil, but it feels evil. I mean, doesn't it feel evil? It feels evil because you've been programmed to think that that is evil. The people who run the world wouldn't want you to be that free. You see, because they own you. You understand that? They really own you. They will only allow you to be as free as they want you to be. They wouldn't allow you to have real freedom. This is not the world where people are allowed to be free. This is a world where people are used. You see? You live in a world where people are being used. You do not live in a world where people are free to be themselves, to pursue their dreams and be happy. You live in a world where people are supposed to make other people happy, people who are more powerful than they are. That is why if you don't have money, you have to work for people with money. And if you do have money, you have to work for people with more money. And that's how it works. You see, you're supposed to make those that are above you happy. It's a system of enslavement. That's what it is. It's about enslaving people. It's not about empowering people. And you can see that. You really open your eyes. But you hate people who tell you that. You want to tell yourself that, people who believe that this is slavery, well, they're just lazy. They're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to contribute in society. No, they know that something is wrong. They've always known that something is wrong. That's why I keep on telling people that there's nothing wrong with them. If you've always been conscious, you've suffered a lot. You've suffered more than a lot of people are going to suffer, because even your own knowledge will torture you, right? Like, you will know too much and you'll be more intelligent than an average person. You see, the more intelligent you are, the more you actually suffer. The dumber you are, the less you suffer. You see? If you and your dumb friend got arrested and had to live in prison for many years, where people are being tortured, where they didn't have rights and all that, you'd suffer more, because you know that that's not how humans should be treated. Your friend will probably think, well, that's how jails are. I should just try to survive. But you know that there's something wrong. And you see a lot of people who are not as intelligent as you are torturing you. And you know that if these people were as intelligent as you are, they wouldn't be torturing other people. So of course you'll be suffering because of your own intelligence. It's your own intelligence that's gonna make you suffer, not your ignorance. I mean, you will still suffer because of your ignorance, but really, you suffer a lot for being intelligent, not for being ignorant. Because yeah, if you are ignorant, you're going to make decisions that are going to get you in trouble, but you'll still be too ignorant to even realize that, you know. And you not realizing that is what's going to save you. I know people who have made stupid decisions in the past and things didn't work out for them because they made stupid decisions, and they don't realize that it's because of these stupid decisions. I know parents who are suffering, complaining about their children every day, who don't even realize that the real problem was caused by them. You know, they did have enough money, but they decided to have many children, and then now because they have many children, they can't afford the things that they want, so they're complaining. They're not even conscious enough to realize that, well, they didn't have to have children, you know. They didn't have to have children. So they are the ones that put themselves in a trap. They didn't have to have children. Why have children if you know that you don't have enough money? You've been programmed on a subconscious level to want to have children, you see? That's why it goes back to what I was saying, that people are programmed on a subconscious level to want to be slaves, you know, to want to make their lives hard. I mean, why? Why do you want to have children? What is the good reason to have children? Let's not even talk about the good reasons for a child to be born into this world. I mean, the good reasons for you. Like, what do you really benefit? Let's talk about selfish reasons now. What exactly do you think you're going to benefit from having children? From making copies of yourself? It's not like there's much to benefit. It's just that you've been programmed to think that there is a lot to benefit, even if there's actually nothing to benefit. And on top of that, you're not bringing children into a world that is good. So you've been programmed on a subconscious level to want to have children and to think that you've brought your children into a world that is good, and to think that they owe you. You know, the reason why you're supposed to think that they owe you is so that you'll push them. You know, you push them hard. Like, you gotta work, blah, 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 blah. You've got to produce results here. You know, because I brought you into this world, I raised you. You can't just be nothing. You just can't be a freeloader. This world is horrible, man. If you really open your eyes, you realize that this is not it. We've been lied to. We've been getting manipulated, and there's no way out, man. You just have to try to realize who you really are and what you really want on a subconscious level, and try to reprogram your subconscious. You see, try to heal on a subconscious level. You've been through a lot, so try to heal on a subconscious level by realizing that, well, people are just dumb as fuck, and you're strong to have even been able to still find a way to still remain conscious after having to deal with a lot of people, after having to deal with a lot of nonsense. You see? Some of y'all have been bullied by kids that were not even close to your level of intelligence. It's like you were put in a classroom with animals. Isn't that a curse? And they bully you because what should they do? They're animals. And so I keep on telling y'all that humans do not possess the same level of awareness, the same level of consciousness. Believe it or not, humans do not possess the same level of awareness. They're not operating at the same level of consciousness. The problem is that we believe that human beings are the same because they look the same. You see? Because of this meat suit, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm just like Elon Musk, you know. Because Elon Musk has the same meat suit that I have, you know what I mean? He bleeds, he has DNA. You know? Like, nah. I don't mean that Elon is better though. I think there's a lot going on that we don't know, you know? There's a lot going on behind the scenes that we do not know. I think humans didn't invent technology. I think humans were given technology, you know, by some beings that are more advanced than them. And yeah, technology is actually, you know, part of this agenda to like keep human consciousness at a low vibration, you know. Now we're supposed to merge with machines so that we'll become immortal in this. I mean, we won't really be immortal, but you will actually be stuck here for much longer. Because imagine, let's just say, okay, in our lifetime, because I think this is actually going to happen in our lifetime. So Elon is able to connect our consciousness into a computer, right? What's gonna happen? It will mean that we'll live much longer. See, that's what it means. We'll be able to prolong our lives. If he's able to transfer our consciousness into a computer or a robot, we're fucked. You live longer because your consciousness will be trapped. And this reality is trash. You know, and it's really trash. And you know that it's trash. So it's like it's you against you. Like, you know that it's trash, but you've been programmed to act like this reality is not trash. It is trash, man, and things ain't getting better. So if you keep on having children, things ain't going to be better for them. Things will actually become worse. And I do believe that if you understand antinatalism truly, it's like that's your way out. If you understand that this is not worth it, for real, that's your way out. Because even if there is an afterlife, you still possess enough consciousness to actually realize that you don't want to go back to that trap. You see? You don't want to come back to this trap. So you're in the afterlife and you're being manipulated. Oh, you need to go and learn this lesson. Blah, 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 blah. You'll be like, Nick. If we somehow chose to be here, we didn't choose to be here because we knew what was really going on here. We chose to be here because we were manipulated, you know. So you won't be manipulated again because you'll be conscious enough. As this is the Christians, the Muslims, the Jews, you know, these religious people, Rastafarians, these are the people that will be manipulated, you see. Because religion is another trap. You can see when you're talking to some religious people that there's no hope, man. Like, this person, if we are eternal, this person is gonna be trapped forever. Like, that consciousness is gonna be trapped forever. There's no hope. Like, there's no way out for them. That's so, like, they're operating at a very, very low level of consciousness. There's just no hope, you know. You realize that the problem is the level of consciousness that people are operating on more than anything. It's not even intelligence. Sometimes I use the word intelligence to refer to consciousness. It's not even intelligence. Like, consciousness is different from intelligence. It's just being so aware, you know. It's your awareness. Like, what are you aware of? And at what level are you aware of what you're aware of? Like, that's what it has to do with. It's consciousness. It's who you are, your consciousness. Your awareness itself. But how aware are you? How lost are you? How confused are you? How clear-minded are you? This is a good workout, man. It's a good workout. People are underestimating the power of taking long walks. No, you gotta take long walks, man. Trust me, you gotta take long walks. It will help you a lot. You don't even need to work out, really. Just take long walks, you'll be fine. I've been taking long walks since 2013. Since 2012, actually. Since I went to tertiary. Because life was hard and I needed to think, And I would think the way, when, like the way that I talk now, it's how I would think, and that's how I would have an internal monologue. Now, there are people who can't even have an internal monologue. I don't know if, but I think they have their own gifts. I guess some of them can draw because they think in pictures. They think in picture form. Like they're able to just visualize things. But I have an internal monologue, man. So when I'm walking and I'm not recording a video, I'll be thinking the way that I think when I'm recording a video. So I'll literally hear my own voice in my head. So that's why I liked walking. It was therapy. I would try to understand things. Let's say something that I don't like happens. I'll just take a long walk and try to philosophize about it. Try to understand what caused it. Someone insults me, I'll just take a long walk. My girlfriend says she doesn't want me anymore, take a long walk. My girlfriend stopped responding to my text or take too long to respond. And while she didn't back then, because that happens. She's like, you see that there's something different now. Okay, she used to respond much faster. Now she takes the whole day to respond. Something is obviously wrong. So I'll just take a long walk and be like, let me try to figure out what's going on. Oh, this is what caused that. This is what caused that. All right, cool. Fail a test, take a long walk. Like, well, failure isn't the end. I'll see how I'll pass next time. Because this education system is trashy anyway. So I don't like studying, because it's garbage. Like what I'm being forced to study is garbage. But because I wasn't born in a rich family, I have to study this garbage so that I'll have some money in the future. So it sucks. If you're a logitarian, you're gonna deal with a lot of problems in this society because people ain't rational. See, people don't know why they do the things that they do. That's what I mean when I say they're not rational. It's not like they will be able to tell you. They won't tell you. It's just copying other people. They're just doing what they've been told to do, really. So if you can explain your own actions, we can say, well, I'm doing this because I think it's gonna help me in this way, in that way. That's good. Because you've got to be creative in your life, you know. It's important that you are creative. You come up with new ideas. You know, how do I live my life? What do I do in this situation without really copying other people? In fact, being able to come up with your own ideas is a sign of intelligence, even if your ideas are not good, you know, but it's still a sign of intelligence, because you must be able to come up with your own ideas. No, I respect people who have their own ideas. Even if the ideas are not good, I respect them more than I respect people who don't have their own ideas. Even if what they are doing works, if they don't have their own ideas, I won't really respect them. Because it means that they were programmed to be who they are. They didn't program themselves, they were actually programmed. I do understand that when you're born, you kind of like have to work with what you've got, right? You're already a program, but you have consciousness, and consciousness does help you, you know, program yourself, program your own thinking. Try to learn about the world and try to understand what is happening in the world and figure out how to act in the world, rather than being told how to act, how to think, how to feel, you know, what to believe. Do you believe what you believe because you were indoctrinated, you were brainwashed, or you believe what you believe because you've studied the world and that's what you've concluded? You've literally studied the world and that's what you've concluded was true, than to like have allowed other people to indoctrinate you and brainwash you. If you are brainwashed, you're not yourself. It means even if this experience itself was worth it, it will mean that you haven't really lived your life. You kind of like lived for other people, but not in a way that you think, you know, because some people will tell themselves that, well, living for other people is actually good. It's that's kindness, that's selflessness. No, you just live for other people as a slave, you know, not as a person who wanted to like help others and all that. No, like as a slave, you were brainwashed, so you live for other people that were using you. So they were the ones that were actually benefiting. You weren't benefiting at all, because you weren't gonna benefit anyway. The world that we've settled for is trash, man. The world that we've settled for is trash. And that is why do my best to not settle. When I was young, even though I didn't conform like other kids, but I still feel like I should have rebelled more, you know. I remember NF said something important in one of his songs. He said, I never regretted the things that I have done. You know, I've regretted things that I haven't done. It's like you've got to be so strong that you live your life the way that you want to live your life, because you can never really regret that. If that's coming from a real place, if you have self-actualized and know what you want, you can never really regret that. Unless maybe you do what you do because you're too angry or weak, you know, that can happen. But if you really are conscious and strong and have done enough work to really understand yourself, you can never really regret doing what you want to do. You know, you can never really regret doing, even if things don't work out. You know, you can do the right things and things do not work out. You know, that happens. You know, and besides, this world will put you at an advantage when you are doing things that, you know, make it what it wants, what it is, like what gives it power. You know, if you do things that gives this world power, if you feed this matrix is going to reward you for feeding it. That's what it does. In a crazy world, man. So yeah, try to understand yourself. Try to understand consciousness itself, because you are that. That's what you are. Consciousness. Try to understand how consciousness works. You know, how does consciousness create your dream? How does your subconscious mind create your dream? How is that even possible? How is reality even possible? You are having an experience. How is that even possible? You don't like the experience. How do you really free yourself? What do you do to be free? What do you have to understand to be free? What is it that you do not know that you're supposed to know, so that you'll be free? Maybe you won't be free unless you know some things. Maybe you won't be free unless you understand some things. I mean, look at the idea of school, man. You can say that this is small prisons, right? This is a small prison. Isn't it? And kids are literally taught nonsense. Like, they know nothing. They know nothing about what's really going on in the world for real. They're taught about things that really do not matter, that have happened in the past. Like, knowing those things doesn't help them in any way, shape, or form. They think, like, you have to understand, the kids, especially in Africa, they're not taught things that will actually help them. The only thing that we actually had to learn at school was to read and write. That's it. Anything else was trash. You see? Anything else was trash. There's this meme that circulated online last year. There was a meme where they showed an African child drawing a locust and labeling it, and they showed a Chinese child building something, technological, you know. Like, as Africans, we were supposed to be slaves. We were supposed to work for people who are the real creators of things. People who are really making real change in the world. That sucks. See those two ladies that have passed there? They work for government. I think they work for the ruling party. We're supposed to vote for the ruling party, even though it hasn't really done anything for us. And the ruling party will still win because it has a way of manipulating people who are weak-minded. They spend a lot of money when they're campaigning, bruh. Money that they will actually use to do things that are actually helpful in their communities. Spend millions. Billions, actually. Campaigning, So if you feel like you're not